So we're going to work in our laminar flow hood again to make sure there is least chance of infection. Set it up according to where it needs to be. The UV light on this one automatically closes, and we have the laminar flow hood open right now so the airflow is going. We're going to start off by spraying with alcohol. We're also going to spray every bottle that needs to go in. This one is our wash buffer, and I'm going to then wipe everything down. We have our media, and this is the media to set it up, so it's still 10%. And we are going to need trypsin to culture, to trypsinize the cells and then grow in. So we're going to clean all this area, clean our bottles, and we're going to leave them in here to work with. It is helpful if you get everything to 37 degrees by using a water bath to get all the media and all the supplies to 37 so the cells don't get shocked when they get cold media on top of them. If you're in a hurry, you can use that. Just be aware that some cells are more sensitive than others and do not like that quick shift to 4-degree temperature. Now we're going to be using these 6-well plates, and so these are again aseptic until we open them. I'm going to open them and take out the plates while it's inside. And then you never want to leave them open, especially outside the laminar flow hood, so they maintain asepticness. So I'm just going to collect all my 6 plates, and I will keep them all the same way. Most of these plates are going to have some section on them, some orientation, some way to keep orientation. So these have rounded edges. Sometimes they have a notched edge that can be used to keep them in the same orientation. I like the ones with notched end because they only have one notched end, so then you really cannot mix them up. They'll usually have a number on the welds too, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that you can use as well. So we need 6 of them for our experiment. 1 for each of our time points, and there's an extra in case something goes wrong and I need it at that time. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and label for the cell line, and that's especially important if you're going to have multiple cell lines that you're going to be working with at the same time. We're just setting up for one cell line, so it's not as big of a deal, but we want to make sure to label all of them. The other thing that we're going to do is actually we're going to write down the time points that we're going to be working with. So on the other side, I would say 1 hour, 3 hour. And you could label these now, or you could label these when you set them up. But either way, you have to make sure that you know which plate is which time point. And the last thing I do is I always treat the cells in the same order, is do something to let me know what is going to be my untreated starting point. So in, it's going to be L, M, H, and then this is going to be, I will just put a dot on all of them afterwards to indicate my well 1. And the first one I will label all the way. So my bottom row is going to be all my P2 compounds, and that's the same thing that I drew up on the board as well. That's going to be in my notebook, in my experimental design. Everything will show the same orientation, and all I need to know is which is my well 1s to know how they go. And so for the other ones, I can just put a dot on my well 1. If you want to be more thorough, you can go ahead and label them here as well. That's another way that people will do it, to make sure they know exactly which well is which. And the other ones will be labeled on the back side. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. To start with, I'm going to aspirate the media from the plates that we have. Remember, before we start, we always use the conflict or 10% bleach to disinfect. I'm going to do the crab shell opening. Never open them all the way. Remove the media by going along the edge. Gonna go ahead and we know these are happy, healthy cells, no chance of infection that we could see. They're the same cell line of the same passage grown at the same time. So it does not have to be individual tips being used for each one. I'm next going to wash them with the wash buffer. So I'm washing them with about 7 or 8 ml of PBS. The exact volume doesn't really matter as long as you're gentle and go along the edge so you don't disturb the cells, and that you put enough volume in an aseptic manner to wash the cells, right? So that they are sufficiently clean when you put the next thing. And now I'm going to remove the wash buffer the same way from 1, 2, 3 plates. And I'm going to mix it up with this to disinfect. The last thing I'm going to do is add trypsin to each of my plate to start the trypsinization process. So again, 1 to 2 ml of trypsin is all you need. So I'm going to use about 1.5 ml. Per plate. And then let them trypsinize. Now while they're trypsinizing, I'm going to go ahead and set these plates up so they are ready to go for the cells. And to do that, I am going to be putting in about 2 ml of media per well to get them ready to accept cells. Here's my media. I'm going to take 12 ml. I'm going to go in and put 2 ml per well. And I'm not touching the bottom. I'm not touching anything in the plate. I'm just going along the side and adding it in. There are no cells there, so I don't have to worry about being a little quick and aggressive. The whole idea is to let them give some media to go ahead and rehydrate the extracellular matrix material, or the mimic of extracellular matrix, on the surface of the plate so the cells have a better chance of attaching right away. Once I have added it to all the plates, I'm going to rock them gently to make sure they're uniformly spread of the media. As long as I don't touch my tip of the pipette to anything around, I am aseptic and I can continue to use the same tip, the same pipette for all my plates. If at any time I'm unsure, I should change it to a new one. Last. Now, because you're in the laminar flow hood, you can leave it open for a little bit. It's not a problem. And I just gently rock them to make sure the entire surface of each plate is covered with the media. And now they can hang out waiting for the cells. Okay, so while I'm waiting for the cells to be trypsinized and ready, the other thing I'm going to do is calculate the amount of total cell suspension that I need. We can switch off our aspirator now so we can hear each other better. So each plate has 6 wells. We have 6 plates. That means we have 36 total wells. So at the end of the day, we are going to need 36 ml. If we were to plate 1 ml per plate, then we would need 36 ml of cell suspension to get all my cells in. In addition, I'm going to plate the cells in a couple of new plates. And these are just going to be kind of my check-in points to make sure that we have plates that remain okay, that are not infected, so we know that the cells are good. And we are going to freeze one of this plate for as long, for backup. If our experiment goes really well, then we know that this passage responded the way we wanted to our experimental conditions. And if we want to repeat it, that may be the best place to go. So this is 39, I believe, because it was 37, so 30, 39. And so I'll do the same thing with this one. I'm going to go ahead and put about 8 ml of media in here. So I'm just going to fill it up all the way. And put 7 to 8 ml of media in here to get it set up and started. Now these should always be in a rack of some type. I don't have one right now currently. Can we get one like this? Yeah. But while we are getting our rack, I'm going to go ahead and put 36 plus 4 because I'm going to use some to keep the plates. So 12, 24, 36. Actually, I'm going to do exactly 36, knowing that there's going to be some media that will come in the form of trypsin addition to this media. So here's a rack. Any rack that comes from outside, again, we've already sprayed it with alcohol. And now we can breathe easy. I'm going to go check on the cells, make sure they're okay and ready to go. And then we'll continue with our plating. So they are ready. So we are going to be quick. So since I already separated the media I needed for my cells, I no longer need to go into the master bottle of the media. I'm going to collect. So there are 2 ways to do it. If you are a novice and you're just starting out, I recommend that you divide your plates so that you do 1 plate at a time and you put 1 of each of the 3 plates into 12 mils of media and create a master mix, 3 master mixes, not just 1. And the other thing with that is that at that point then each 12 ml mixture will go to 2 of your 6 plates. So if something goes wrong with 1 of the plates, the other 4 are still good and you're good. If you are more expert and you have been doing cell culture for a long time and you're comfortable, then this way you get the most consistent cell plates. So all your plates are more likely to look exactly the same. These cells were all from the same plate of cells. They were just split to grow enough cells to expand for the experiment. So they are all from the same plate of cells, same passage number. So they can all be combined together. So what I am doing is I have made a master cell suspension that contains cells from all 3 of my cell culture plates that I'm going to use. And I am pipetting it up and down to create a single cell homogeneous cell suspension that I am then going to divide up into all 6 of my plates. And what that will do is that each one of my plate is going to look exactly the same or very close to each other. They are more likely to be consistent and have the same number of cells per one. So I'll do 2 at a time, 2 plates at a time. So I took 12 ml of my cell suspension after mixing it vigorously. And now I'm going to put 1 ml in each well. So remember I had put 2 ml already, 1 more ml. So that is my total 3 ml. You should not put more than 3 ml in these wells. When we do the treatment, we're actually going to bring it back down to 2 because 2 ml is sufficient to get what we need. And for now, I'm just collecting them. Now, before I collect the next cell suspension, next 12 ml, I'm again going to mix them, remix them. It's not a solution, it is a suspension. So anytime that they're not mixing, they tend to settle out. So before I get my next set, I again mix it, and now I'm going to go into my next plate. The quicker you work, the more consistent and less chance of infection you're going to have. The better your cells, the happier the cells, because they're not out at room temperature and cold temperature against their will. And so now, again, 2 more plates to go. I'm going to remix them again. I use the same strategy, by the way, even if I have 300 or 100 plates to plate. I calculate the media, and if needed, I make a whole bottle worth of media cell suspension and then use that to make sure that all the experiments look as close to each other as possible. Now, you'll be thinking, when are you plating these 100 plates of cells? Well, as an instructor, when I'm preparing cells for students in class, that's the way that's when I'm plating 100 plates of cells. Now I have a little bit of cell suspension left, remember, to the side, because I gave it some extra have about 4 mLs. I'm going to divide it equally among these 2 plates, and not the bubbles, just the actual suspension. And these are going to be my plates to go back, to back up and check for infection, make sure the cells are happy, healthy, and to keep for future use. Lastly, just like before, I'm going to keep my original plates as well. So I'm going to take a brand new pipette, and I'm going to take some new fresh media, right? So fresh 10% media, and I'm going to give these plates some, so this one I touched and I no longer can trust, so I'm going to take it away. Even though it had media in it, I cannot use it. I'm going to get a new one. Anytime, it's better to be careful than sorry. So I have 2 more plates to go. I'm going to get, again, the same way. And so any cells that are remaining on this plate after trypsinization and collection are going to go ahead and re-expand, and we'll be able to get more cells. That's it. Everything's ready to go back into the incubator, and we are ready to clean up.